Kaplow. But basically, I'm recording on a server. This is the Flunkstar Six server, and these are the other guys that are online right now. And so I've spent like a stupid amount of time just trying to find a good place to put my house. And as you can see, this is where I ended up going. So I just have a couple trees planted, but in my time exploring, I found a bunch of cool stuff. I found like a desert temple and some caves and a bunch of cool stuff. This is just Thorn's book, nothing special. But just around this corner, we have a couple farms here. That's a chicken farm, not a penguin farm. It's cool little walkways. There's someone hanging out over there. Hi, how you doing? Anyways, the first thing that we need to do today is gather some supplies because obviously I have nothing. I'm gonna die. And luckily there's a cave right here with a monster already pre-prepared for us. The server is on hard. I just found out the other day. What? I could have sworn that was at least like, oh, I threw it. Oh, I was like, didn't. Oh, I thought my sword broke for whatever reason. There doesn't look like there's that much supplies in here actually, which is kind of sad. And I'm not about to die because I'm the only person with 0 deaths on the server. It's probably because I've only played for 3 hours so far, but also I'd like to think I'm okay at the game. There's only one way to go. Whoop. Oh, that was a bad idea. Bad. Ah! That was such a bad idea. I can't believe that. I thought I'd at least last one video with a 0. It just clicked with me that now I have to go find the stuff again. Luckily I wasn't too far into my whole caving adventure, but I'm a little out of whack, I guess. Need some practice, polish up those sword play skills. Yeah, okay, good. That makes things a little bit better. I got my food, I got everything. I think some armor would be helpful, but it would also be helpful to just have, I don't know, iron, I guess. Oh, I have some smelting actually. And yeah, so I actually have iron here from the last time I went exploring before I started recording. But everything I could possibly need. A pickaxe and a chest and a chest plate. Oh man. Okay, we've re-encountered the mobs a little bit later. A little bit more oh no. Oh no. Not having that. Okay, so cave mining has been mildly unsuccessful, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight down, strip mine, see what I can find. Hopefully I have a little bit more success in this because I just need some basic tools. Like, I didn't find any iron the entire time. I've given up on caves. They're no more use to me. Look, finally, I got some iron. It has taken far too long to get my second few pieces of iron, but I think obviously strip mining is going to be the way to go because that was significantly faster and safer than any other thing I've done so far. Woo! So I just got down here and it's just a little bit of strip mining and bam! Bam! That's what I'm talking about. I know, I thought like maybe caving would be the way to go, but definitely not. This is 100% more successful, and it's so much better. Why didn't I start with this, honestly? Man. So I just found the diamonds right here, yeah? And then I might just a couple more blocks and boom, more diamonds. This is insane. What is this place? Well, I got a few. I got enough for a diamond block. I got 9 now. So, we're on our way to becoming fully equipped. Heck yeah. Oh, that would have sucked had I just walked in there right then. Oh, man. It's a roller coaster. I would just like to point out how insane this is. I just found more diamonds, and I haven't shown most of the diamonds I've found because I just keep finding them. And I don't want to record every single time, but I don't want it to look like I just spawned in a million diamonds, but like, it's like every corner I turn, I'm just diamonds. Look, I just started this strip too. I've like legitimately found at least half a stack of diamonds just mining, and I have been mining for over an hour, but still, it's insane. And I don't even know if like it's not even believable. But yeah, there's a status update. How I'm doing. So here are the results of our mining session. Kaplow! We got 39 diamonds, a bunch of redstone, and a lot of lapis, kind of. I mean, relatively. We got even more right there. And we have more iron cooking up over here. Just trying to get it all smelted and ready to go. So when that time comes that we need to make hoppers or whatever, we have some ready. But really, I was just mining so I could get up to level 30 because I'm ready to get this diamond gear going. And I know I'm only going to be able to enchant one thing at level 30 right now, but I just wanted to get that going. So the actual first thing we're going to do, other than mining, is make ourselves our diamond pickaxe. Woo-wee. And if we just pick up this lapis right here, let's just take half of that. We do not need half of that. We're going to head over to the spawn area and do some enchanting real quick. So I don't know if there's any official enchanting area on the server yet, but I know Tim has one, so we're just going to borrow his real quick and just see what we get. Just go for it. Hopefully there's something else on here. Ah! Alright, that's fine. That's fair. That's my fault. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I just wanted to do my first little enchantment here. And while I'm over here with all these diamonds, I might as well get myself a full kit. Just so that I'm not caught off guard and killed. So, there we go. We are now fully geared up. New advancement as well. Wow, I think we look pretty good in diamond. We're just going to head back over to my place and work on our next project. So actually, first things first, we need to terraform the side of the hill here a little bit, because we are going to be going back and forth from spawn quite a bit, because they have the chicken farm there's enchantment tables, there's the nether hub, and everything we could possibly need is going to be just around that corner. So I think the very first thing that we need to do is terraform that corner. And by terraform, I don't really mean like just restructure the natural environment, but more so make it easier to walk across. Maybe make it more into a pathway rather than hiking along the side of the hill. Because hiking along the side of the hill isn't as fun, or probably just as much fun as you'd imagine it to be. Okay, so we've made a bit of progress on clearing out the hillside. It actually didn't take very long. And so I hope you're getting the idea of what I mean here. I just don't want the path to wrap around, kind of like a cutout. You know, like those windy roads in the mountains? Kind of like that. And so it's just going to come over here, and I think I want to have a bridge right here, because that's a pretty straight path. Then it can drop back down into the spawn area. So it's just a nice and quick way to get from point A to point B. I don't know what voice that was. And obviously this is pretty ugly right now, and that's why we're going to do a bit of decoration, but I got to decide on a theme right here. I can either make it go like nature-y, I can make it like actually seem like a road, I can just make it seem all natural. I got to think about this one for a little bit, but what I do know is we're going to need a little bridge right here, and I think from this level? No, that's too low. Yeah, from this level right here over to there, just so that we don't have to climb up and down this valley all the time. Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike. I think I've actually just decided it would be really cool to have a glass bridge be right here, so you can see down into the canyon when you're walking over it. But that also means I have to go find a bunch of sand. So I think I'm just going to build a temporary bridge going along here just for now, so we get the whole layout of this thing, and then we can develop it from there. Alright, the temporary bridge is complete, so now all we're going to need to do is go gather about 1.5 to 2 stacks of sand, smelt that up, and get it on there. So first we need to discover where can we find sand. Before we head off, I just want to do 2 quick enchantments. I got my sword here that I made, and I'm just going to do it as high as it'll let me. So 2 levels. Don't want that. Let's try that first. Yeah. I mean, I just want to get something on them so they'll be better than nothing. Is it still? Ooh, no way. Oh, whatever. So we're good against spiders now, I guess. We got Unbreaking 3 on it at least. we're just gonna have Unbreaking 3 stuff rather than actually good stuff. Yeah, whatever works. So because I don't want to steal off of anybody's land or take their beaches, I'm gonna go for a little swim here and try and see if I can find some sand that's available for taking. Because I know that this sand right here is kind of part of his little... so I'm just gonna try and find a bigger source of sand that I can acquire. I could actually mine a little bit off of here. There's not really much going around. Shh. As far as anybody knows, there was no sand taken from there. Nobody needs to know. Just while we're waiting for this final few pieces of glass to melt, I thought that we'd go ahead and start installing a little fence along the border here. So obviously the pathway is going to have to become a little bit wider, but I thought it'd be cool just to have a good old classic fence going along here. I could add like a little post every so often, like a bigger post to spice it up, but this is the basic idea that we can expand on later when we develop it farther. I just like to build on build. And just like take the idea and just keep elaborating on it. So if I start somewhere, we'll get somewhere better eventually. I think that's cool. It adds a little wall, I guess, a little safety net. This is the kind of stuff that you'd see in real life where you walking along the edge of a mountain. And that was pretty quick. So I think we're actually going to go in real quick and add some posts in here. So by posts, I was thinking about something like this, where I add a bigger block every so often just to give it a little bit more, I don't know if depth is the right word, but variety. Yeah, I kind of like how that looks. It just makes it give it a little bit more sustenance, I think. Yeah, so it doesn't just look like a thin little fence going along there. Now it's a actual protective fence that will stop you from falling to your death. And this is a pretty simple design. I'm just going every so often, because I could do it on every corner, but then it would become more like plankton fence. There's not really much thought to this. I'm just adding it in just to spice it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that definitely looks a lot better having those fence posts along there. And it makes it feel a little bit more real, a little bit more exciting. Yeah, and it adds a little bit of color to this stone. And speaking of color, we're not going to keep this as stone. Keeping it as stone would be a little bit ugly. But I'm not going to handle that right now. That seems like a project for another day. I am kind of feeling more of a nature vibe here, though. I don't know. I was going to go for like high-tech base, but I think this little pathway going to it could be a little bit more natural. It's a little bit easier to do, to be honest. And also, it'll just fit really well in with the mountainside. But one problem here is we have this big, fat, flat wall here. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that, because this was supposed to snake around it, but it was kind of tight. And so I'm just making a little bit more room. I can terraform this back later if I wish to do so, but I want more room to work with. Now this is starting to become a little bit more of a roomy, nice to walk on path. I'm liking it. We're going a good direction. I think the one final touch I would like to add to this fence before we move back to the bridge is just a couple slabs on here, just to add a little bit more detail. It's a little bit more interesting to look at, and it's just nice covering up that wood so it looks more polished. I'm not sure how much I like it. Maybe it'll grow on me. But we got our glass here and some new recipes unlocked. Those are the recipes that I was looking for. So here's what we're going to do. Plain glass is a little bit plain to look at, right? So we're just going to wrap around our glass that we do have around. Oh, what? Wrap around? And start stacking that up. And we're just going to start with this and see how we like it. And if we do like it, then we can just go ahead and get a little bit more of that gray dye and finish it off. Obviously, I'm probably not going to keep this as just cobblestone, but it's a good placeholder to get the glass in, because really the glass is the main attraction of this bridge right here. And the last couple blocks right here, pretty easy. I don't know what I'm doing with the bottom part. I think I'll do like stairs going up, or I might terraform this whole area to be one level higher. Maybe stairs. I don't know. I haven't decided. But yeah, I think this is looking a lot cooler. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I think that we're definitely going in the right direction with the path to our base. God, I can't talk. Okay, so I've sort of messed around with the cobble a little bit, and I kind of don't mind how it is. So right now, all I did was add half slabs on the edges, and I like it. Like, it kind of adds that depth that it needed, and I like the look that like the cobble's holding up the glass by like pushing it in on the sides. And I just added a simple little staircase here. I played around with it a little bit. I tried adding spruce stairs, but it kind of looked out of place, and so I just went all cobble. And to be honest, it doesn't bother me that much. It kind of, it's a good like starter look, you know? And finally, to wrap up our bridge, I think we should add a little bit of detail on the underside, because it looks slightly odd having the bridge just suspended across the valley. So I think I'm just going to go for a basic diagonal line look here. I'm not trying to get too complicated. I'm just going to go from here, I believe. How does that look? You know what? That's a little bit better. I don't mind it. Hey, we got Spaceman here. He's just checking out what I'm doing. So I said I wasn't going to go very complicated, but it's a, yeah, bridge. It's turning out to be quite a bit of work to get this to look decent. I just want it to not look bad. Is that too much to ask for? Oh man. I've been like trying to like throw in stairs to add a little bit more depth to it, but it's kind of wild. I don't mind what's happening here. I think I like how the stairs look at the top. Oh yay! I like how the stairs. Thank you very much. I like how the stairs look at the top because it breaks up the cobble from the top and the bottom. And this problem would also be remedied if I used a different block other than cobblestone. But it is what I have the most of, so I'm just gonna try and see how I like this if I go like that. You know, that's not bad. Adding the bottom part to this bridge is taking a lot longer than I expected, but ooh, yeah, I like how that looks from here. That looks really cool. It adds a cool amount of structure to the bridge that I didn't have before. Let's see if I like it from over here. Oh, I can't turn. Yeah, I think I could use a little bit more support on that side because it just kind of looks like it's just sitting on a thin little part. Not quite, actually. So, I guess maybe I'll add a half slab there. Hey. I thought Spaceman was shooting me. I was like, hey, come on, man. That's what you get, skeleton. Yeah, never mess with me again, punk. Man, I suck at this. What if I add those two right there? How does that look? Yeah, that adds a cool amount of support, and I really didn't want to go in any more blocks because I want when you look down you to see what you're looking down at, and if I brought this in it would block some of that view. So I'm just going to replicate this on the other side and then we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah, I really like how that looks, having it on both sides. Then when you go on top, you see that the bridge is supported. And if we look at it from this side, we can see that the bridge is supported. We just got to do a little bit more of this on the other side. That's going to be a little bit harder to replicate, but hopefully it shouldn't take that long because I think we're just about to wrap this up. Finally, we've done it. So I went for a similar design on the other side. I'll show you guys in just a second when I get over here. I just did the similar stairs at the top, but I kind of shortened it. I wanted to go for a slightly different design, thanks Spaceman, just because it's on a different side, and I thought it might need a little bit more support, and I thought it was kind of interesting going for a slightly different design. It looked like it needed a little bit more support, so I added 4 cobblestones right there. And I'm liking how it's looking. I'm really liking how it's looking, actually. I like this bridge design. It looks pretty unique. It looks pretty detailed. And I think it looks pretty cool when you're walking across it. And you see these, you can see down, you can see the supports and everything. I'm going to move these torches, obviously. But yeah, I think this was an overall success. I hope you guys know the hardest part of this video is just saying this closing. I can't decide what I want to say. But that about wraps it up for today's video. We got a lot more work done than I was expecting, and hopefully we continue to get more work done on cool projects in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.